First of all, I would like to thank Mr. and Ms. Bornozi for inviting me in the 25th Annual Capital Link Forum, a unique, prestigious, high-level event that takes place in a time when the Greek economy is being upgraded, becomes stronger, and shows remarkable resilience. This is exactly what I promised you a year ago from the same podium. This is an achievement primarily due to the sacrifice of the Greek economy and the society, combined with a prudent fiscal policy followed over the recent years, the successful handling of consecutive economic crises, external crises, as well as the political stability. However, despite the positive outlook and the promising prospects of the Greek economy, we should remain prudent and proactive on our economic decisions, as the international economy is showing signs of slowing down. Fiscal risks on some European countries are increasing. Inflation, although decelerating, continues to be high internationally, while the restrictive monetary policy has a negative impact on credit expansion. In this economic environment, the political leadership of the Ministry of Infrastructure and Transport, in line with the government priorities, has embarked on an effort to enhance connectivity in transport and resilience in infrastructure, aiming subsequently to leverage Greece's regional, geopolitical, and economic role. Our strategy is based on some priorities. I will just pick up 10 priorities. First priority, implementing many small and large-scale projects throughout the country. The Thessaloniki Metro is expected to be operational in the second half of 2024. A significant section of the Central Greece Highway, E65, will be handed over in the first semester of 2024. Patra-Pyrgos Highway is progressing and is expected to be completed in 2025. The road connection from Aktio to Ambrakia will be handed over in the first weeks of 2024. The northern road axis of Creta and the new Kastelli Airport are advancing. The construction of the Thessaloniki flyover has begun. The 𝑰𝒏𝒗𝒆𝒏𝒕🔂 and the Lamia-Karpenisi highways were retendered. The Bralos-Amphissa road axis, which we recently visited with the Prime Minister, has commenced. And at the same time, we are implementing 10 major flood prevention projects characterized as of national importance. Second priority, obtaining funds for the implementation of new projects. Relevant initiatives are underway to identify and secure funding sources and financial instruments for this purpose. This involves leveraging national and European funds with the involvement and contribution of the private sector through consensus and public-private partnerships. Some of these are the following. The funds coming from the national and co-financed segment of the new programming period. The Recovery and Resilience Fund through the existing allocation of funds, as well as through the redistribution of sources. The EU Solidarity Fund for the restoration of damages in the affected from natural disasters areas. The Connecting Europe Facility, the CEF, 2 and 3, which is coming, especially for the restructuring and modernization of the railway network, as well as its connection with the country's ports. Lending with favorable terms from the EIB, from the European Investment Bank, as well as from the Council of Europe Development Bank. Funding for much healthier and more stable over the last 4 years banking sector, both on the asset as well as on the liability side of its balance sheet. And of course, leveraging the fiscal space steadily created over the last 4 years in the state budget. Third priority, restoring damages from natural disasters in affected areas by implementing simultaneously higher resilience projects. Our main priorities are schools, the railway network, roads and bridges. Fourth priority, controlling and maintaining existing infrastructure projects. For example, every bridge must be inspected and maintained. It should be noted that the total cost of repairing a bridge usually exceeds 20 times the cost of inspection, maintenance, and early rehabilitation. Thus, the National Register of Bridges, a platform where all bodies will register the identity and technical data of existing bridges, will be put into operation in 2024. In this way, their characteristics and maintenance needs will be recorded for the first time in Greece. Fifth priority, reforming the Greek railway. A new unified body will be established with 𝒐𝒃 as a core, integrating 𝒄𝒄𝒄𝒃 and partially 𝒄𝒄𝒄𝒃. It will fully undertake the role, the obligations, and the responsibilities of a railway infrastructure manager as described in the European institutional framework. Thus, the new 𝒐𝒃 will undertake overall responsibility for safety issues and continuous improvement of railway system in cooperation with sectors relevant entities and within the context of implementing a systematic risk analysis, applying EU guidelines and action plan as set up by the government. The proposed reform is expected to contribute to more efficient structures and capacity building. It will lead to attainment of desired high safety levels, including clear allocation of responsibilities and overall systematic approach. Sixth priority, building a longer-term strategic plan for the Greek railway. Our strategy concerns the completion of a sustainable rail network as part of the TEN-T through extension and modernization of existing infrastructure and connection with EU countries and neighboring third countries. Thus, we are launching Greece's participation in the new European railway corridors, such as the 3 Seas, namely the Baltic Sea, the Black Sea, and the Aegean Sea, the 3 Seas project, as well as the Western Balkan, Eastern Mediterranean one. We promote the project for the railway connection, Thessaloniki, Kavala, Alexandroupoli, Burgas, Varna, and Ruse, and we participate in the discussions for alternative routes of Ukrainian grain exports, if needed, with a proposal for a formation of a solidarity lane that will connect Ukraine with our country, take advantage of the Alexandroupoli port. Seventh priority, renewing the public bus fleet. Now I'm moving to transport, from infrastructure to transport. We have initiated the procurement of 250 new electric buses in Athens and Thessaloniki, a process expected to be completed by end April 2024. At the same time, 2 more tenders are underway for the supply of 300 new buses with natural gas, expected to be completed in the following 18 months. Additionally, a new tender for the supply of 750 more anti-pollution technology buses is expected to be launched in the first semester of 2024. Eighth priority, promoting electromobility. Its market penetration is constantly increasing. 4, relevant, more flexible over the last week's programs are in progress with significant subsidies for individuals, taxi drivers, and citizens in a Greek island, namely Astipalea. A second island is coming, namely Poros. At the same time, a new incentive framework for enhancing electromobility is being designed and expected to be launched in 2024. Ninth priority, developing a sustainable urban mobility model. The Ministry places particular emphasis on the sustainable planning of transportation systems by introducing, among others, sustainable urban mobility plans as the main planning tool for municipalities and regional authorities. In fact, the introduction of these plans in Greece preceded the respective actions currently implemented in the European Union as stipulated in the revision of the relevant 10T regulation that will be completed in 2024. And finally, 10th priority, applying the Building Information Modeling, BIM. BIM ensures the integrated digital representation of the physical and functional characteristics of an infrastructure project. In the following months, the National Strategic Plan and the roadmap for its implementation will be posted for consultation. Ladies and gentlemen, I shared with you 10 coherent policies and priorities of the Ministry of Infrastructure and Transport. Priorities and policies providing the impetus to form a more resilient economic landscape, to achieve high and sustainable economic growth, to create many new jobs, and to enhance social cohesion. Thank you.